up, guys? So today in this battle I was using a team. I wanted to build around Articuno, so I just kind of slapped Articuno with 3 mons, and then Skuntank came on and Grass Guy. But anyways, when I look at the opponent's team, I always think, what can threaten Mesprit? He doesn't have a Dark or a Ghost or anything like that. Well, he does have a Ghost, and actually this is the only thing that could threaten Mesprit, but I'm not really too scared of that. I don't know why I'm not very scared of Water Spout. That can pretty much OHKO anything on my team, I think. But anyways, I let off with Mesprit. He leads off with Mudsdale, and now instead of getting Rock Slip or going for Psychic, I'm just going to U-turn out, and I was planning to go to Articuno, just in case he gets the Rock Slip, I can defog, threaten him out, but he actually goes into Mesprit, so I'm going to Pursuit Trap him, and I saw from the U-turn damage from Mesprit that he was offensive, so I'm able to kill the Mesprit second turn. That's amazing. He goes into Mudsdale. Now, as I said before, I go into Articuno, because I know he's going to set the rocks up. And I can just straight defog them with Articuno while threatening him out. So that actually works out pretty well. He brings in Jealous, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to freeze dry this. So he can't water spout anything. But yeah, so I get the freeze dry off, then he Will-O-Wisp. I don't really know what he's going to do. I thought he was going to switch or something. So I go into Skuntank, and I'm scared of the burn, so I go back into Articuno, but he went for the Scald. I guess I could have gone for Crunch, but regardless, I'm just going to go for the freeze dry now that I know he's just going to stay in here. And he taunts me, but I'm just thinking to myself, I'm pretty sure my Articuno beats this Jellicent one-on-one because of pressure stall recover. So I'm just going to keep firing off freeze dries until he decides to switch out. And he goes for another recover right here. But I think he realizes that he's getting PP stalled, so he switches out to Sandslash/Alola. And yeah, it takes absolutely nothing because it quad resists my stab. So I can't touch this Sandslash. So this is like the only thing on the team stopping Articuno. So I'm going to switch into Togedemaru to take the Iron Head. This part, it gets pretty funny. So then I'm like, I don't really know what he's going to do at all. So I'm just going to U-turn out and pivot out. But he stays in, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to go to Mesprit because he's probably going for the Earthquake. And then I'm like, okay. I seriously had no idea what he was gonna do, so I'm just like, I'm gonna U-turn out and go back to Togedemaru because I know he's not gonna he's gonna Iron Head again, and so he's actually losing quite a bit of health from this. So I'm gonna U-turn and go back to Mesprit, and he's gonna go for the Earthquake again. I thought that was so funny because I really wasn't doing this to troll him. I thought he was gonna switch out eventually, so I decided to just Psychic, and now he turns the timer on and he goes for the Earthquake, predicting me to go back to Toga, and he's gonna switch out again. I don't know why he switched out to Roselia that time after I showed him Psychic, but I'm just going to keep firing Psychics off, get a crit. Now I'm going to U-turn because he's just going to win the war with the Jellicent, but Articuno beats the Jellicent, and it forces it to get rid of all the recover PP. So that's a good thing. And he's going to switch out to Sandslash again, which is actually pretty low now. And on this turn, it's pretty funny. What would you do here? I'm going to U-turn out, and I'm going to switch, but what would you go to? Because he's going to go for Iron Head versus Articuno. No, he goes for the Earthquake, predicting me to go into Togedemaru. Oh, God. So the predictions were on point, I guess, from my point. But he finally gets the Toxic off, which is pretty annoying. It's not the biggest deal in the whole world, but I get the crit, which actually does kind of matter, and the drop, that doesn't matter. But the crit does annoy him. But I believe I just stay in here and fire Psychics off. And the Sandslash is dead, and that's great news because pretty much Articuno can trouble every single one of his mons on this team, as you will see. So I go for Fake Out. I know Kanga carries something to hit Togedemaru with, namely Earthquake, so I'm going to Articuno. That's no big prediction, but it worked out. And so yeah, now he's going to go for Double Edge. I'm going to Roost here just for the safe recovery. And I'm actually recovering more than he's doing damage, so he's actually damaging himself. So I'm going to Roost in case he decided to keep double edging, no reason not to. But now he brings a Mudsdale. I'm like, okay, so he does have Heavy Slam or something, but we'll see. He ends up going for the Rock Slide, which does a lot, but I actually am surprised at how little that's doing, actually, because once the Roost goes off, that's only going to do half a 66, which is only about 30, well, apparently 30%. So really, a Rock Slide doing 30% after a Roost is nothing. So what I realized here was if he's going to just keep going for Rock Slide, I can PP stall him. I have more Roosts than he does with Rock Slide because it only has 16 PP, I believe, and he's using 2 at a time. So he's only going to be able to Rock Slide 8 times. So I figured this was the perfect opportunity to just stall it out. I mean, it's kind of a dumb thing to do, I guess, but it works. And it works like consistently, reliably, I don't really know. There's no problem with roosting and ruining his PP if he's only doing 30% to me. So, yeah, that's my thought process here. He's eventually going to run out of rock slides and switch out. So I should speed this up. So let's go fast mode. So just me, PP stall, okay, switches out, I go for the roost, and now I believe I just defog so that I can get rid of the rocks, and he can no longer touch me with the Mudsdale at all. So this is just I can switch into Mudsdale with the Articuno. He's going to scald me. It's doing nothing with Jellicent, so really there's no way for him to get around Articuno. So Articuno is just the one thing I needed after Sandslash was gone. Maybe Mesprit too with Specs or whatever, that could have caused a lot of damage. But his Z Power Hydro Vortex does nothing. 36%, so he just forfeits, seeing as I'm going to be able to PP stall or just kill every single one of his Pokemon. But yep, that was that battle. I hope you enjoyed it a lot. It was quite funny to see me predict that guy, and then that guy just over predict a little bit right there. But that's what happens. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.